to the Starting Out podcast. We are just two gals literally starting out in this great big world. We're in our 20s. We just started living officially. So I think we got a couple stories under our belt these days, you know, that we've accumulated after our very short-lived life. And that's a really long-winded way of saying we are still figuring out our intro.
Yep. So come join us as we are starting out our podcast and our life.
It's just going to be like a Lifetime docuseries. When TVs don't exist anymore, and then it's just
exactly.
This is what's been playing in the background. Okay, so I guess we have to start from the beginning. How long have we known each other?
I think
it's been 5
years, maybe 6.
We could have had a 6-year-old. Is it just me, or do I always do this where I'm like, you look so scared. Where's this going? Oh, when someone's like, yeah, we've done this for like 9 months. I'm like, you could have had a child. Or you could literally have a 6-year-old right now.
That's weird. I don't think like that, but okay.
Here's our first episode, origin of your child. Okay, so I guess we've been friends for like 6-ish years. Obviously, we had to start somewhere.
So it all happened.
'Twas the night before Christmas Eve.
Everyone was sleeping. I got kicked out of my dorm. The end.
Okay, we need to back it up. Because where pain lies is where beauty happens. Am I right, ladies?
Exactly.
So where was your pain? Where was the antithesis? Did I even use that word right? The antithesis to your pain?
This is how our origin story begins. It's a good one, I'd say. It's very
fruitful.
Exactly.
It's pretty unique.
Yeah, that's true. It doesn't happen to a lot of people. So back in first year in university, so how it started was we lived in the same residence, and so it was actually quite like that itself was like a whole other spiel, just because like our residence was like the biggest and the tallest, and so there's a lot of people, like more people in that residence than like any other on campus. And so we were actually on the same floor even. So I thought even that was just like a little coincidental that like she got placed on my floor. But anyways, so the specific day that we actually met was I got kicked out of my room, my dorm, because I was living with a roommate at the time. And she...
Wait, let's explain our dorm situation first. Our dorm was fucking tiny. So this is why you can actually get... Because I know now these kids these days are getting like, oh, I need like a penthouse for my first... No, we did not have that. You could literally... The beds were so close together that if you reached out, you can literally hold the other person's hand.
I know.
That's how small that place was. And like, it was literally a room, a box. And you walk in, and you can always like switch it up because you can like move around the furniture, but you walk in and like there's 2 dressers, 2 beds, and 2 desks and a chair, 2 chairs,
and a window in the middle,
and usually you put your mini fridge in the middle.
Yeah,
and if you sleep, you can literally hold each other's hands.
Exactly.
So,
and the walls were also very thin too, so like you could hear if the person, like your doormate or like your floor mate was, you know, doing some funky business or like yelling at the top of his lungs, you would be able to hear it.
So why have one roommate when you can actually have 15 other roommates?
Exactly. The more the merrier, right?
Exactly.
You can hear your downstairs doormate too, and your upstairs one.
Yeah.
From all sides.
It's called surround sound for a reason.
Exactly.
Oh my god.
It's the whole university experience.
Yeah. Okay, so that explains why you got kicked out, because you could literally go nowhere. Exactly. You couldn't even hide. You couldn't go to your desk. You couldn't go to your bed. You can't just sleep there.
Because you could see the other person. Like, you could see the other person's bed. It's not like there was, like, a divider, right? So,
yeah.
I got kicked out. And then we had a common room for every floor, which is basically, like, just a room that has, like, a TV, like, a common room fridge. I guess everyone goes there to chill and talk as a group. And so I went there. Did you get kicked out, too?
I didn't get formally kicked out, but I kicked myself out. And I left. Same thing. This is crazy. I do not want to be in here. at the moment.
No.
And I'm just gonna chill. God bless my roommate, but she was always on Skype. She had a long distance relationship. I was like, I am not in the long distance relationship. Let's clarify. That's another thing with these tiny ass rooms and no surround sound. You become one with your surroundings. Yep. So if you're in a relationship with somebody,
you're also
become.
Yeah.
And today I did not decide to have a 4-hour long conversation with my long distance boo in the middle of nowhere. So I was like, let me just leave. Maybe, yeah. And then I was like in there, I was doing homework, but I was pissed while doing all my homework. I was like angry. Someone came in. My bestie came in with the same energy.
Exactly. Yeah, we were both pissed off because we couldn't get back into our secret little dorm room just because we just couldn't. Yeah, we just started talking.
I definitely said hi first.
Oh, I actually don't remember this.
It's fine. It's not like it was like a building block of our relationship, but it's fine.
I feel attacked right now and I don't like it. Wait, you said hi first?
I definitely said hi first.
I wouldn't say hi to you. But okay, you correct me if I'm wrong, but I just remember our conversation being about first Markham Place because we were talking about like where we're from. And that's the conversation where we found out.
That's freaky too.
Right, we live a block from each other, like in real life, which is a little crazy that we ended up being on the same floor in the same residence. And if you're from Markham or like the surrounding area, like you would know where it is. It's an iconic place. But I didn't know where it was. And then I remember she made fun of me so much. She's like, you're Chinese, you're Asian, and you don't know where first Markham Place is? I'm like, no.
Boom, roasted.
Yeah. We started off the relationship with this girl making fun of me, but now she is in the butt. The rut.
In the butt. Thank you. I am literally in the butt now.
I have to stop at that.
We're not editing that out. She was literally in the butt now.
I don't know if you remember that day differently.
I just remember like just coming in and then I was like, oh, I just really wanted someone to talk to. And because I was not getting far with my homework and I was like, okay, well, I might as well just make the best of the situation. And yeah, I think that's like a good thing like to start when you're making friends and stuff, right? It's just like to say hello, right? Mm-hmm. And like we didn't realize it's almost like unspoken blind date almost.
Yeah. And then we also found out we were in the same program too.
Yeah, and then we were in the same program, and then we were in the same class, and then even more bonding happened over there, because then it's like you have more commonalities. So I feel like it was a good start, because I was like, oh, it led to good things. You know, those first couple of months, you really get to know someone. You really kind of feel out each other and be like, okay, are you cool? Are you gonna be like chill? Or are you gonna be really fun? Like what kind of friend you are? Because in university there's like so many different type of friends, right? Like you have your these are your drinking friends, these are your study friends, these are your like let's do all the case competitions with friend. You know what I mean? Safe to say I was not one of those friends, but it's fine. You know what I mean? Like you can have like a lot of friends everywhere. Yeah, I just wanted to know like what was your favorite memes of me?
Not only were we just in commerce together and we only studied together, but we also did a lot of other activities as well. So like we went to like volunteering or like we went to like case competitions. So that was like a lot of the academic stuff, but we also did a lot of the social stuff together, I'd say, especially even in our first year. I guess the most distinct, or I guess my most favorite memory, so I think this was a couple days before our accounting midterm or something. And then in our residence, we have, in the basement, we have a lot of study rooms, maybe like 5 or 6 study rooms, and they were fairly big size, I'd say. So you could fit like 10 people if you wanted to in some of the study rooms. And so I just remember a couple days before our exams, I remember going in there and then I was like, oh, I think I asked you if I could sit here.
I thought you were trying to steal my spot.
What? I would kick you out.
No, I was joking.
Give me your lunch money. But yeah, I remember I sat down and then we started studying for accounting and then it got really, really late. Maybe up until like
2 a.m. late.
Yeah. Yeah, because accounting was difficult and we needed to pass and I didn't understand it. And then this is very silly now that I think of it, but I guess that was the moment that I knew we had the same sense of humor. So what kind of happened was I was writing notes on my laptop, and then when I wrote stakeholders, I wrote like steak as in the food holders. And then I started, or wait, was it you who wrote stakeholders?
Don't drag me into this. Don't say it's me. No, I didn't say that.
You wrote that.
I would like to rewrite history and say that is false.
Neeqs wrote stakeholders as in the food holders, and then she's like, look. And then we both started dying. Like, we both started, like, laughing so hard. And now, thinking of it, it's like, it's not really that funny, but...
2 a.m., no sleep, too much coffee, stress, delusion, hunger. Yeah. It will get you there. Mm-hmm.
And then that was the moment, I guess, I kind of knew that we had the same sense of humor. And I was like, oh, you know, like at 2 a.m. we could be laughing this hard and not crying because of studying. Then it's perfect.
That's a match made in heaven. Oh, man.
Yeah, that is my most distinct memory of Neeqs. Neeqs, what is yours?
Oh, my God. Okay, there was this time where, like, you and I, this is, like, barely knowing each other. And, like, I have never encountered a meme. Maybe we'll go back. Maybe we'll talk about this one day. But, like, basically, I grew up with, like, little to no internet.
Yes.
I literally lived into the woods. So this time I was like, oh my God, we're out here. Like, I was like one of those kids that, like, everything was blocked at school. So, like, my early introductions to the internet was, like, just so limited. So I didn't really know a lot of things. And then it really started taking off. And then basically I didn't know what memes were. Or, like, there was, like, a whole universe. Now it's, like, second nature. Now you're laughing at it. This was 6 years ago, though. I was just like, what is this? And I remember us, like, my roommate was gone for, like, the weekend or whatever. And, like, she comes over, and she's like, oh, I have something funny to show you. And I thought it was so funny. Then, downhill from ever since. Literal. Like, downhill. Because, like, I didn't realize what they were. Like, little
she didn't know
nuggets.
what memes were.
I didn't know what they were. I was like, what are you even showing me? And then they're like, oh, people just upload it on the internet. Like, do you know Reddit? Like, do you know I'm still not into Reddit, but, like, you know what I mean? Like, oh, you don't know what YouTube is? And, like, you don't know about, like, blah blah. I'm like, girl, wait, I'm from the woods.
She actually is.
I'm literally not inclined. Like, I didn't have hours of endless scrolling or endless, like, looking into the deep dark web. Not dark web. Don't know.
What do you think? I like harvest kidneys or something?
He harvests good dog memes. Eee. So yeah. Anyways, we literally just sat there for like 3 hours. No, even more. Like 4 hours. One Saturday afternoon, and just watch so many memes. And I guess it was like a good, like, testing. It's like what I found funny, she found funny, and I was like, oh, so I can just keep sending you more.
I was her meme supplier for many years, actually. I was her sole meme supplier.
It got to the point where, like, you've outdone me a couple of times. I was like, where did you even find this? Where did you find this? And I think it's like, okay, like, people are gonna ask, like, oh, all these people are gonna get asked, how do you stay so slim? No, how do you like, how do you keep a friendship going for so long? It's like, if you just have something to laugh about or talk about, yeah, that's always a great thing. So exactly. I always think humor is always a good thing to have a building block of a solid foundation of a good friendship.
Don't get me wrong, we still talk about deep stuff.
Oh, which we will get to.
Yes.
100%.
Yeah, she's seen me cry multiple times.
They're praying for our downfall. They are literally praying for our downfall.
I don't know who they are, but yes, they are.
They are.
I know a group of people out there are praying for our downfall, but we see you and we will prove them wrong.
Exactly. I think the biggest thing we can take away from our origin story, is just because you think you filled out a little, form online when you're in grade 12 or your senior year, and you're like,
It's all bullshit.
and yeah, like the algorithm is gonna literally choose my soulmate, and like this is gonna be great. No. Sometimes where the pain lies is that you get really shitty roommates, but you have an opportunity to actually find a good friend along the way.
Exactly.
So yeah, that's our first podcast episode of our origin story. I hope you like that and you will get to know a little bit more about us. We would love to get some questions out of you. So if you have anything to ask, let us know. As we alluded, I have very strange upbringings, and Cor has done a lot of like sports and all that stuff. You and I have lived a very fruitful, very interesting, very complex life. Yes. So shoot us your questions if you have any. Honestly, we probably would love to give some advice out unsolicited. Exactly. You don't need to take advice from two random strangers, but if you were, we would love to know. So we'll see you in the next one.